But that's not in writing, but they'll tell you through their email. Ensure you don't cross 200. That's the fair use norm. So up to 200, if you copy even split up, cite please from whom you copied, because otherwise plagiarism is there. And now here you escape the copyright violation. So keep that in mind. Opportunities. Many times one challenge that we face in research is opportunities. Imagine 100 people apply for a project, only 10 get. Opportunities are limited. Imagine all the M.Ed students now want to do PhD after your M.Ed too. No guides are available. Happens for physics, happens for economics. There are limited guides. So opportunities sometimes are not there, but that should not stop you. So if a guide is not available for somebody who aspires to do PhD, you start the work of PhD. You do intensive work unofficially, searching a topic, don't wait for a guide to come. So start your groundwork. The moment you do some groundwork, even 1 year, 2 years, then you may get a guide. Show your work to that person. Your work is done. You'll finish now your PhD in 3 years. You can't finish in less than 3 years, even if you finish, because 3 years is the minimum that you need to wait. So dear friends, if you aspire to do PhD, no guide is available because of limited opportunities. You start your work. There's nothing like it. You'll get a guide one fine day. Undue focus on cash points. See, we teachers sometimes, I'm teaching now for more than 30 years, we sometimes get unduly bogged with cash points. And in the quest for cash points, we are doing self-plagiarism, we are multiplying, we are, breaking unnecessarily a good paper into 3 papers just to get so many papers published. See, don't go for quantity. What do we want to attain finally? We need to have a good reputation as a good researcher. Numbers don't ensure that you are a good researcher. So let's go for quality rather than quantity. Complacency will wait for always for tomorrow. We will never start anything today. We say tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday? No, we'll say let Sunday pass, Monday will do. If Monday was 31st December, we'll say let's wait for 1st January. If 1st January, New Year, how we can start New Year? We'll go for 2nd January. So we keep on postponing. Not scientific at all. We should make haste, but haste not in the waste form. We should make haste in the context of putting serious efforts. These are some familiar names in research that we will come. You be familiar with that. Plus there are more H index, I-10 index. So I think all of us need to be registered here. What Mr. Khandeparkar said in the context of research, dream big. Please, dear friends, dream big. Nothing is impossible. The best of doctors, best of CEOs, best of engineers are Indians abroad. They've learned here. Why can't we dream big? Next, my book, for example, I could have published it in Goa. But Sage asked me, please share one chapter, one part, let us give for blind peer review across 3 continents, which they sent. And they said, send your entire matter here. And then it was released in, I think, Washington, and then London, and then Singapore. Last they released in India. And it was, as I told you, number one. This is not to boast or to raise my value, dear teachers and students. This is to inspire you. I am from a small rural rosary college. I could have been happy if only here 100 copies were sold, which many people aspire. But dream big. So please dream big. Nothing is impossible. And choose the topic, as Mr. Khandeparkar so very rightly said, which the society will benefit. What more do we want to benefit? How many more increments do we want? So we will therefore do something henceforth for the society. Shukriya. Thank you. If you have some questions, maybe I think we are on time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Good morning, everyone. Anybody interested in asking question? Yes.
Thank you, sir, for this very insightful session. My question is, sir, what is your take? Hello, sir?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for your session, sir. My question is, sir, what is your take on publication of negative results?
Of course, it's a result. A result is a result. Why do you aspire to have a positive? Why do you aspire to have a positive result always? Negative result is a result, right?
Sir, but we hardly see any publication with negative results.
No. For that you need review of literature. What if somebody has claimed to be positive all the time and you find that it's negative? You can prove that particular person wrong. What if a medicine is there, they say this medicine is good for, fair and lovely, and they're claiming it's fair and lovely. You prove that it is a wrong thing. Negative result is not at all something to be ashamed of. Now when I did my study, or sir does his study, or anyone, we don't know whether your result is going to be X, Y, Z. Are we having a bias otherwise that we are aspiring to get only positive result? See, depends how you are framing your thing, what your objective is. When you are starting with a topic, you are not knowing what the result will be. Therefore, some departments like to use hypothesis, research questions. All don't need that right now because there are two schools of thought. But psychology, for example, they always use hypothesis. Economics, certain departments use hypothesis. But if you have firm objectives, it's not necessary. So my question to you, a very valid question of yours, don't worry about your results. Because you're not premeditating something. You got my point?
Yes.
Now, imagine COVID comes today. You want to develop a vaccine. You are sure what you're developing is going to give positive results? If you fail, you can always write a paper that this way you cannot cure COVID. It's a wonderful thing. So, henceforth, nobody will take your approach because you're published. This is not the way. Now see, HIV/AIDS vaccine. How many years have passed? 3 decades or more? 4 decades? Till now, no vaccine. Why? Are they not trying? They're trying. But success sometimes doesn't come very quickly. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for the informative session. I have a question. I come from the psychology background. Now, we have APA citation. You spoke about wavelengths, putting numbers. So, is it acceptable? As in, so, for example, we have the name, comma, and the year, right? And for wavelengths, you said you can put citations in the form of number like 1, 2, and footnote. Is this accepted in the APA format?
See, in my opinion, anything that you do with a logic is going to be acceptable. There are many things which are not known or what instances will come about where alternatives will be developed later. Why do we have so many versions of softwares? Why is the original version not kept? Because there is a learning method that happens in due course of time. So, your APA style itself may show later how to use a particular thing which you have got somewhere without a author's name. How else will you show, Professor, that you have copied this from a particular link? Which are the alternatives there? So if you have an alternative, follow it. I am giving an alternative which is reasonably robust, where you put a superscript, put in the end notes as retrieved from so and so. It's not in reference list. This is to ensure you're not flouting plagiarism. You're not putting a separate section. See, I'm also trying to bust that myth that web links is a robust thing. When you put that web link, how do I know which of those, and say you have 10 web links, how do I know which paper is for that paragraph? Will APA tell that? Will Chicago be tell? Will MLA tell? No. So this is an alternative I am proposing. Maybe I should propose to APA also. Anyway, thank you. Yeah, please.
the wonderful session, sir. So my question is, since part-time PhD scholars, they cannot apply for the doctoral research fellowship, can that project be applied under minor or major grant scheme, and where the guide is the PI and the student is the co-PI?
Who is doing part-time? The part-time PhD scholar is a teacher.
Yes.
Is a teacher,
Yes.
full-time teacher.
Yes.
And the teacher only can be the principal investigator. But for minor, there's no co-investigator. Only major grant, there is co-investigator.
But sir, for minor, they say that you have to be a PhD.
If you are registered for PhD, you said part-time PhD, no?
Yes, sir.
See, for minor projects, who is eligible to apply? Those permanent teachers who have got PhD or are registered for PhD or have one paper published in a UGC Callis journal. You are eligible, absolutely. That is because of ensuring accountability of money. What if the teacher is not taken back again? The money, there's no accountability. Okay? Thank you. Thank you.
We're starting with the tea time. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
There might be more questions, but due to the time restraints, we are stopping here. We will continue with the next program. I will share the college email ID. You please put your questions, you send us your questions, and we will direct to the honorable resource person, and we will get back to you through the emails. Thank you so much. Yeah, even, okay. Okay, we will share sir's number. Sir is happily insisting that his number can be shared. Thank you, sir, because it's very rare that managing director can share his own number, person number to the participants. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I will share sir's number with you all, and yeah, please.
Thank you for giving us the rights and the wrongs of quality research, the rights and the corrects of quality research. Now, do I stand corrected when I call you the creme de la creme, the best man? I think I leave the decision to the audience. Yes? Sir chose, Professor chose his PhD topic on HIV/AIDS. Yes? He was prudent in choosing the road not taken. A book based on his PhD work was published with Sage Publications, and if I'm not wrong, that was 2014. Yes? Exactly. So, yes, when it is 2014, but later followed by research work in the economic influences of mining in Goa, the impact of tourism in Goa, quality of life of older adults in Goa. I think, Professor, you know to sense the pulse. And that is a very important aspect of quality of research. So, yes, I do stand corrected in only in one thing, where I say, we learn from your humility. Thank you, sir. We now break for refreshments. Thank you. But before we break for refreshments, we also welcome our next chief guest, Shri Ashwin Vyas-Lavande, Deputy Registrar, Academics, Goa University. Please, standing ovation. Okay, now it's okay. Before we break for refreshments, there's a small gift. For giving his precious time to us and for guiding us through, I now request Dr. Ananina George and Bhaskar to felicitate Professor Savio. I request the guests and the dignitaries. Yes.
You could even take the back door and have the refreshments.